Hey guys, back to the old classic turtle shirt. That's not what this video is about though. I'm gonna upload this video on my first and second channel. But it's gonna upload it on my first channel to try to promote my second channel since literally no subscribers other than one, two, no, I think three. But for the longest I had no subscribers. And then I got one, two. Oh, this channel needs more, so I'm gonna upload it there and tell people to check it out. Hopefully they will. But yeah. This is another world idea I came up with. I know it's been a while. I know months ago I said I was a world making I'm like a AU generator. Well, let's just say I've been on the fritz for a few months, or I've just been turned off, unplugged or something. But now I got something. Okay. So the basis of a turtles world. There's the four turtles, there's Splinter, April, Casey, yeah. Let's go into the backstories. Usually there's some kind of put the camera up. Usually there's some kind of emotional connection between the... Oh, we're back to this again. She's asleep right now. I tried to wake her up. She won't wake up. Wake up! Wake up! Yeah. She's asleep right now. Hold on. Let me show you. Yeah. She's asleep right now. But yeah, usually there's some kind of emotional connection between Shredder and Splinter. Like either Shredder got Splinter mutated, or Shredder killed Splinter's master. Something along those lines. People complain at 2014 because there is no emotional connection. Shredder is just some guy. But they don't even fully know. Sure, he helped back the project that helped make them. That's it. There's nothing else to it. They never even met him before this. They just found out he was a thing today. So yeah, that's pretty lame. People don't like that. They also don't like that they removed Hamato Yoshi. I might do a review of the episode that came out today, because Rise is doing the same type of deal. Only I'll excuse Rise because it's meant to be different. It's something entirely different. So I'll give it a pass. I'll excuse it. 2014, yeah, I can't stop that. But anyway, back on topic. So another part of their backstory that's major is they're always an accident. They're never meant to be created. It's always some kind of accident. In the original comics, the caster bounced into the glass jar, falling into the sewer, completely by accident. In '87, Shredder poured the mutagen into the sewer thinking it would kill Yoshi, but instead it just turned him and the turtles into mutants. 1990, a caster fell into the sewers and the turtle came across it. The turtle, yeah, there's one. The turtles came across it. Accident. You get the point. I don't need to go over every incarnation. It's always an accident. 2014, they were trying to make a cure for a disease, and their cure had a side effect. They grew bigger. They mutated. That's a pretty unexpected side effect. But they're still going to sell the mutagen as a cure? Aren't you afraid they're going to mutate people? I don't care, as long as they get money, I guess. I don't know, 2014 is a bad movie. It doesn't make sense. Don't worry about that movie. But yeah. So, people complain when you change something like that, but it's bound to happen. It's bound to happen. It's all going to happen one day. So, I came up with this world off the basis of, what if there's a world where they're not an accident, and they're actually intended? As they say in the 2014 trailer, which is a very misleading line, because in the movie they were an accident, but whatever. In the trailer of 2014, heroes are not born, they're created. So that's what I'm going to name this world. Heroes are not born, they're created. And in this world, there's also a unique twist to it. All four of the turtles are mutated by different types of substances. In the original comics, 1990s movie, Next Mutation? Yeah, Next Mutation. 2003, 2007, we can safely assume. All use ooze. '87, the Adventure Comics, the '87 video games, based off the show, and Rise, maybe? I'm still iffy about Rise. Those all use, in 2014, those all use mutagen. Even though the mutagen in 2014 acts more like ooze anyway, but whatever. And then 2012 used mutagen ooze, which came from worm titties. And we speculate that the ooze in Rise is also the same stuff, although it's a different color. That could just be because it's in a different world. We don't know. Because it acts screwy. It doesn't act right. Sometimes it calls it mutagen, sometimes it calls it ooze. I guess it is mutagen ooze. It is by Nickelodeon, so yeah, I guess that's it. So yeah, mutagen ooze. And then in my book, Adventures of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, I made up a new substance called slime. Or the slime. Well, I figured, you know what? This has never been done before. An incarnation where all three, or in my case 4 because I made my own one, a world where all 4 exist in the same universe and mutants of all different kinds roam about. And here's something that's never been explored in an incarnation before. Would the same species, mutated by 2 different types of mutagen, come out looking the same or completely different? And I explored that idea, and I figure, what if they're 2 different chemicals, why would they do the same thing? If they're 2 different substances, why would they ultimately end up doing the same thing? What's the point? They gotta do something different, right? So my mind worked, my mind expanded, and voila, I came up with this. So, I'm gonna go over the designs of these turtles. And just to let you guys know, the species is red-eared sliders. All 4 of them. So, yeah. Starting off with Leonardo, mutated by the original ooze from the original comics, the classic stuff. Now let me explain to you how each material works. Ooze. It was made by the Utroms as a fuel source, kind of like gasoline or whatever they use it for. At least that's what they say in 2003. In the original comics, it doesn't get any explanation. It's just kind of there. I'm pretty sure it's the same thing though, because 2003 is partially made by the same creators. I'm a little sick. Yeah, it's a fuel source. But when it comes to this dimension, it has an unsuspected side effect. If you come in contact with it, animal or human, doesn't matter, it'll slowly start turning you humanoid, give you big, strong muscles, and a smart brain. It doesn't work anything like mutagen. You can't, if you're a human and you touch an animal and you touch that, you won't turn into that animal. And if an animal touches a human and touches the ooze, it doesn't matter. It was already going to turn humanoid anyway, with or without touching the human beforehand. That's how ooze works. And it's a gradual change. It's slowly over time. The very next day, you'll double in size, and within the course of a year, you should be fully mutated. Or maybe it varies from incarnation to incarnation, plus mutant to mutant. It all varies. If a human touches it, they grow big and strong, get a big brain and everything. And if you happen to be wearing something like Shredder was, like the armor, it kind of merges with you and becomes like spikes out you. And that's how ooze works. Leonardo is going to be mutated by ooze. And now let me go over his design. Well, not gear or anything else like that. Just going to tell you what he is. He has 3 fingers, 2 toes. He has a bridge, no nostrils, fingernails, and toenails. And the red ears on the side of his head that he has when he's a normal turtle, yeah, those are gone. Those aren't there no more. And that's Leo. He got mutated by ooze, and that's what he turned out like. Next, we'll go over Donatello, who is mutated by regular, plain old default mutagen. Which Now let me go over mutagen. It was first invented in the '87 cartoon, and its original color was purple. Although it changes so much throughout the series. So there's many different variants of it. Ooze, I don't think there's any variants of ooze. I think ooze is just ooze. Unless there is a variant in an incarnation out there that I don't know about. Maybe a variant of ooze was used to make the Digger mutants from 2003. Because they do inject something into them. I see it. I don't know. We'll find. It doesn't matter. As far as I know, there's no variant of ooze. There's just ooze. But mutagen and mutagen ooze have several different variants to them. But it seems that the original default mutagen doesn't come in one color. Sure, it comes in purple or pinkish originally, and then later on in the series it was shown to be green. At one point it was blue, and it was all kinds of colors. Although they never refer to it as, hey, this is a different type of mutagen. No, they just act like it's the same old mutagen. So I think the mutagen comes in all colors. It doesn't matter. I don't know why it comes in different colors. There must be some different material, some different substance in there to make them change that color. But I guess that's all it is to it. It's just one slight little thing added in or taken or whatever. It still does the same thing. It mutates you into the last thing you touched. Here's how it works. So you touch an animal, you touch it, and then you instantly turn into that animal. Humanoid form, of course. It's not a slow, gradual thing. It's like snap of a finger, you start changing it. The longest it might take is a minute. The shortest it might take is 5 seconds. And that is, it's painful. At least I would assume. In the '87 show, when mutants were mutated with mutagen, they just seemed to glow and have that glowing noise, and then they just go from little to big. That seems to be what their mutations mainly were. They didn't seem painful, but you gotta imagine your bones and body structure just changing on a whim like that. Painful as hell. That's why I gotta imagine the ooze feels better, because it's slowly, gradually, over time. Just imagine that's better, but that could just be me. It's slower, so I guess if you want to put up with a little pain to just have it done quickly, yeah, I guess you can do that. But if you touch the mutagen, but if you haven't touched anything beforehand, and don't touch anything after, it'll stay on you until you touch something, then you'll turn. I don't know how long it will do that, though. I don't know if it stay on your whole life, or until you wash your hands, or if it wears off gradually. I don't know. I just know if you get it on you, but then don't touch anything, and it won't change you. It won't change you at all until you touch something. And it doesn't even have to be an animal. It could be a plant. It could be anything. Hell, there's a garbage mutant. There's Mutagen Man. He's literally mutagen. You can literally, I guess you can mutate into anything. Carter from season 8, which is where I found out if you get it on you and don't touch anything. That's where I found out it does that. Carter got it on him, didn't touch anything, and didn't even think twice about it being on him. What an idiot. When he tried to break free of a robot's grasp, his hand kind of fused with the metal and kind of became a metal mutant. Partially. So yeah, you can literally become not just an animal, but anything with mutagen. Same goes with mutagen ooze, but you get the point. You can turn into anything. Pizza, food, it doesn't matter. You turn into anything. But we're just going to use animals, because that's the best example. And that's mutagen. Now, Donatello got turned into mutagen. Donatello was mutated by mutagen. I'm going to say the purple kind, because Donatello, purple mask. Plus, purple was the original mutagen, and I like to use default mutagens. I don't like to use variants, because it can get confusing. Alright. So, he doesn't have nostrils, the red ears are gone, he has 3 fingers, 2 toes, but he doesn't have any nails, and he does not have a bridge. The reason why I decided to go with that is, '87 is mutated by mutagen, they don't have bridges. The Adventure comics were mutated by mutagen too, and last thing I remembered, they don't have bridges, but I guess I could quickly check that. Pretty sure they don't, but I'm going to double check. It's been a while. TMNT Archie Comics. Pretty sure they don't. Oh wait, they do? What? Since when have they had bridges? I don't remember them having bridges. Oh, in this cover of it, they have the black sides like the original comics did. I could have sworn they didn't have bridges because they were based off 87. Huh. Well, fuck me. They have bridges. Oh, this one they don't. Well, that's different. I'm just on the cover. Can I get a picture from them within the book itself? That'd be helpful. Here we go. Oh, we can't see their bridges. Their carapace and plastron are so close together they might as well just be connected right there. Oh, there's a cover where they have bridges. Oh, demutated Michelangelo. Oh, that's a sad cover. What the hell? Oh crap. Do they have bridges? I don't think they do. I'm looking for a good picture of them. Not seeing any bridges. Oh, here's a picture of them. This has got to be a good picture to find. Oh, wait, what? Can't even get a good look at their sides on this picture. Just want to find their bridges. I can't tell if they have bridges or not. I'm just going to give up. Oh, wait a minute. Look here. Adventures number 23. Man. The one where Slash shows up. Let's see. No. I don't see a bridge on them. Oh, that picture's too blurry. Well, there's the one where April got turned into a turtle. Okay, I don't think they have bridges. I'm not seeing bridges. Screw it. I just wasted a good few minutes. Sorry about that, folks. I just needed to check something and I got confused. That happens to me sometimes. I'm sorry. Don't worry about it. But anyway, no bridge. Yeah, and no, did I forget to say no nostrils? Yeah, just in case I say it again, no nostrils. And that's Donnie. That's what his mutation turned out as. Now, Raphael. Mutated by the stuff that created those beautiful bastards. Let's see if I'm pointing at the right. Nope, this way. There we go. Yeah. Pointing at 2012 right there. The same stuff that made those beautiful bastards. Damn it. There. Stuff that made those beautiful bastards. Plus, possibly even the stuff that made the rises. Maybe. Screw it. They call it both mutagen and ooze, so I'm just going to say mutagen ooze. That's what 2012 did. Sometimes they call it one, sometimes they call it the other. Sometimes they call it both. So I'm just going to say, yeah, it's mutagen ooze. So yeah, it's mutagen ooze. Let me tell you about good old mutagen ooze. I originally came up with this, and then today I came with the realization that mutagen ooze is in Rise 2, and it works different there, because... Oh, different dimension. In this dimension I'm trying to make up here, it works this way. Okay, so Raph, red ears are gone, no nostrils. His bridges are there, but they got the black thing on the side that 2012 have. And he has 3 toes, and no fingernails and toenails. Oh, and he has 3 fingers too. And that's Raph. Now let me explain how mutagen ooze works. I forgot to do that first, oops. Okay, so mutagen ooze works a lot like mutagen. Alright? It turns you instantaneously. It doesn't, like, take a few years or something. Instantaneous, you grow big. Only when it touches you, you feel a burning sensation. And in Rise, when that fish guy was changing shape, he said it hurt. Because, your bones are changing shape. That's gotta hurt like a bitch. Ooh. So, burning and in inner pain. But other than that, it's over for like after a few seconds and you should be fine. Now, it turns you into the last thing you touched. And if you haven't touched anything, it'll do something else to you. And it's random as all hell. It's random as all hell, let me tell you. In season 2 of 2012, some regular good old little squirrels drank some off the ground. And they didn't touch anything beforehand. They didn't touch humans, they didn't touch nothing. Here's what the ooze turned them into. It gave them a little mouth with a stretchy, long tongue. They go inside your mouth, they like split into two inside you, and then you throw them back up. And then they go through a metamorphosis, turning into these kind of alien knockoffs. Even has a mouth within a mouth. Like he calls them the squirrelinoids. Here's what mutagen does to mushrooms without any human contact or anything. Creates a big-ass giant mushroom with one eye that's kind of like the hive mind. It's like the queen or king and the leader of them all. And creates a bunch of little mushroom men. They're so cute. They like to curl up into a ball and roll. It's like Sonic. They're all cute. They go, ee! Until they spray you with their gas, and then you start hallucinating. Yeah. So, yeah, mutagen ooze is arguably, it's definitively more dangerous than mutagen. Because it's so it's random and unexpected and random chance of you losing your mind on a mutation. Sure, that happened with mutagen too, but not as often. There's a lower chance. With mutagen ooze, there's a higher chance of losing your mind on a mutation. But it's rare to happen on your first mutation. If you get hit by it a second time and get double mutated, there's a much higher chance that either you'll go insane, you'll stay perfectly fine, or you lose your mind to become a dumbass. Either a mindless wild animal or just a big baby. One of those two options. What I think happened to Rise Raph. I think he's a double mutant. I think that's why he's kind of not smart. But anyway, so that's what it does to you. It's random and unpredictable and it's crazy. And just like with mutagen, it doesn't have to be an animal. It can turn you into anything. A plant, fungus, anything, garbage, hell, even mutagen. It can turn you into a slimy mutagen monster with acid hands. Yeah, it's random, crazy, and unpredictable. That's what it do. And now, if you read my book, you should know how the slime works. Actually, I don't think did I say how the slime works in my book? I don't think I did. Well, I guess I'll explain it now. So slime kind of works like mutagen and ooze. It turns you into the last thing you touched, but only slowly over time. Say Splinter touches a rat and touches the slime. Day by day, he'll gradually get hairier. His hands will start to fuse and change shape. His nose will start getting longer. It's like a very slow werewolf transformation. He'll start growing a tail. It's very slow. It takes at least 6 months to a year. So yeah. And if you don't touch anything beforehand, well, let me tell you how it's made. Let me tell you how the first three are made. Mutagen. I don't know the ingredients, but I know it's made that way. You just toss them together, stir them up, there you go, get mutagen. Ooze. Same diff. You just toss some things in there, stir it up, boom, ooze. Now mutagen ooze, that's different. You have to milk it from a giant crangworm like it's a giant cow. It's like suck. That's how that do. Now the slime, you take a canister of default mutagen, purple stuff. I guess any color would work, but I prefer using defaults. Default purple mutagen. A canister of default ooze. I guess there is no other version of ooze. Just get a canister of ooze. And then a canister of mutagen ooze. Default mutagen ooze, because like with mutagen there's multiple variants. And then you toss that all together, stir it up, throw a few extra new chemicals in, stir that up, and boom, you got slime. There we go. That's how it works. That's what it do. How you make it. So because it's all of them combined, it has elements from all of them. It can turn you instantaneously. You have a chance of losing your mind. No, did I say instantaneously? You can grow slowly, like ooze. Have a chance of losing your mind, like mutagen ooze. Turns into the last thing you touch, like mutagen. And it might randomly give you a power, just like mutagen ooze did. Oh, I forgot to mention that part. Oops. I guess mutagen could give you a power too, but that's with variants of it. The original default mutagen just turned you into the last thing you touched. Mutagen ooze, I don't know, for good. Yeah, slowly turned you. Now Mikey is mutated by the slime. And let me tell you, he has nostrils. Behind his mask or under his mask, he has red ears. He has 4 toes, 3 fingers, and he has a bridge. No black markings on it though. He just has a bridge. And that's all the differences between the 4 different mutants. There you go. Now, I actually have this world in mind. Heroes are not born, they are created. So, Shredder hires some scientists, maybe Baxter, maybe someone else, probably someone else, because Baxter's never been really on the side of good, at least not naturally. So, he hires 2 scientists to make weapons for him. Mutant weapons. He wants them to make warriors. He lies to them and says they're for good, when in actuality he wants to use them for his own nefarious purposes. He wants to use them to get revenge on Yoshi for stealing Chen. Quote unquote stealing. She was never yours, Yoshi. Or Yoshi. She was never yours, Saki. Bastard. But anyway, he wants revenge, so he hires these scientists to make the turtles for him. So they're making them. They have 4 turtles, and they use each individual stuff on them just to experiment and see what each one of them do. Put some on Leo, he doesn't change instantly. Put some on Donnie, oh, he changes instantly. Put some on Raph, he also changes instantly. And put some on Mike, he's just like Don, just like Leo, he's gradual. Oh, and there's 2 variants. There's only 2 variants of slime. There's the default stuff, which takes time, and then there's the instantaneous stuff, which can turn you instantaneously. But they don't use the instantaneous. They use their default because I'm trying to show off what each of the defaults do. That's the whole point of this world. And if I try to add in the other stuff and show you what all of it does, actually, I guess I will eventually. I won't have the animal be a turtle. I'll have to have it be other animals for variety. Maybe Bebop and Rocksteady can be mutated with a variant of mutagen or a variant of mutagen ooze. Well, I could even invent variants of slime. Slime. There already is. I can even invent variants of ooze just because it hasn't been done. Don't say the purple ooze from Out of the Shadows because it's actually just another type of mutagen, but they call it ooze. I don't know why. If you don't believe me, look it up. Look it up. It's the purple ooze from Out of the Shadows is actually just a variant of the mutagen from the first movie. Which the mutagen in the first movie acted more like ooze than the purple ooze did. Purple ooze act more like mutagen. Stupid. It's just stupid. Screw it. You know what? No, I'm not even gonna try to explain it. It's not worth my time. Okay, so after those four are made, the Shredder cuts their funding off because he figured it'd be too expensive. He's like, no, screw it. I'll just go there and kill it myself. That's much cheaper. So he has them cut off. So scientists are ordered to destroy the turtles. No, wait. The scientists realize and figure out that he wants to use them for evil. So in order to stop him, they try to destroy the specimens. That's when Donnie and Raph escape, taking their brother Leo and Mike with them because they're not fully humanoid yet. They're like half and half. In this world, Leo's 15 while the other three are 14. That's the difference here. So even though Leo didn't become humanoid until after Don and Raph, technicality he's still the oldest, so he's still going to be the leader. So Shredder, on Donnie on his way out, grabs some mutagen ooze. Yeah, he grabs some mutagen ooze. Not mutagen. He grabs some mutagen. You know, it's what he was mutated by. It's his color. Yeah, he grabs some mutagen to study later because, you know, he's a scientist. He's a little kid scientist. He's curious. So on their way out, they try to go help the Yoshi guy because, well, they figure it's what they do what's right. That man's probably innocent. You get. I don't need to explain. They're good guys. They have the good in them to go try to help them, even though they never met him. Well, at least Don does. Raph just goes with it because, yeah, screw it, why not? They're gonna be on the run anyway. So they get there, and they try to warn Yoshi. Yoshi is a little startled by them at first, but because he's a kind and accepting man, he'll accept them. They try to warn him, and then that's when Shredder bursts down the door and starts fighting. And during the fight, the canister of mutagen gets broken onto Yoshi, and he turns into a rat. Because we could say before Turtles got there, he was handling a rat. And during the rest of the fight, the house catches on fire, it collapses. Shredder presumes Yoshi, the Turtle's dead. He kidnaps Shen, presumably to brainwash her into loving him. And that's the story of this world. The Turtles didn't die, they actually lived. Yoshi adopts them and starts training them. And boom. The rest of the story of the world is them trying to get Shen back. Plus, stop Shredder from whatever evil thing he's doing. And that's this world. All four of them are mutated by different kinds of mutagen. They became heroes. I want to have the other turtles too in there too. Slash, Kirby, Arnesium, Venus. You know, I want to have all them. Plus some fan stuff. Like the Punk Turtles, even though their popularity is kind of going down. Keep them living. Keep them going. Don't let them die. We'll get the Punk Turtles and the Girl Turtles. Maybe I'll get a few more in there. Get some of my own OCs in there, like Ollie. Get some of her in there. But yeah, the reason why I want to add all of them in there is so I can show the other types of mutations. Because those four ways that I explained, the four types of mutagen, aren't the only ways. In 2003, there were several ways mutants got made. Like the Digger mutants. They just were designed to dig underground. There's mutants made by the Atlantean crystals. You know, the green guy, the avians, and the fish people. Or mer people, whatever you call them. So there's plenty of ways to get mutated in the Turtleverse. There's Baxter, who had a similar incident to the Fly, you know, like in the movie. Either the 1958 version, where he got a head of a fly and a hand of a fly, stepped into the machine, a fly stepped in, flew in, he got transported to the next one. As soon as he stepped out, fly. Or in the 1986 version, where him and a fly got in, and then outside the next version, he gradually started turning into a fly. It was kind of nasty. But yeah, that version. Baxter kind of had a similar thing to that one. Him and the Fly kind of got merged in a disintegration unit. I guess what kind of disintegration works like that? If there's two things in there, shouldn't it disintegrate both things? There has to be only one organism in there for it to work properly? How does that work? Screw it, it's 87. So yeah, he got mutated like that. So I can have mutants mutated like that. 87 had plenty of mutants, but not a whole lot of them were mutated with default mutagen. I can only think of a few. Let's see. The Turtles, Splinter, Bebop Rocksteady, the Punk Frogs, and Leatherhead. Plus those other punks that Shredder had that he mutated, but we never see them again. He demutated one to test out his machine, the demutation ray. Yeah, those are the only ones I can think that were mutated by default mutagen. After that, it's always variants of mutagen that gets used. And for all I know, some regular mutagen was used, but it came in different colors. Like the mutagen used to mutate Slash was blue, kind of like 2012's. It worked just like regular ooze, though, so was that regular ooze, or was that a variant? I don't know. But, yeah. 2003, oh, those guys. Sure, there's plenty of mutants in their world, but them, Splinter, and Leatherhead are the only 6 ones mutated by the same stuff. Well, we're so alone. But yeah, there's plenty of ways to mutate in 2003. There's the Digger mutants I explained, the avian crystals, yeah, you get it. And in 2012, mainly it was mutagen ooze. There's a lot more mutants mutated with just default mutagen ooze, but sure, there was plenty of variants as well. Like the one that made Karai able to shapeshift, but it slowly started to lose her mind. There's the perfected mutagen, which turns you into whatever your Dimension X counterpart creature was. There's the mutagen that the wasps were made by, which just grew them bigger. Kind of like how ooze worked, except minus the humanoid part. Just grew bigger. There's all this and that. Plus, Savanti Romero, he was mutated not by mutagen or anything, but as a punishment. I guess magic. Does that count as mutation? I think that's a curse or a spell. I don't know if magically being turned into a beast counts as mutation. If that's the case, then the beast from Beauty and the Beast is also a mutant. Oh crap, I'm rambling. It's been 37 minutes. Okay, but whatever. 2012 had plenty of ways to get mutated. No, not plenty of ways, but yeah, it had plenty of ways to get mutated, but they were all just mainly just different types of mutagen ooze. Was there another mutation there? I'm forgetting. I don't think there was. I think the only non-mutagen ooze mutation was Savanti Romero. I'm pretty sure there was no other type. And then Rise. It's not over yet, so I can't say, but I can safely say that so far all of them have been mutated by mutagen ooze. There's no variant so far. There's none. I can't find any. All the Ooze-Skeetles were filled up with the same stuff, and so far every mutant in the show has been mutated by an Ooze-Skeeto. So, yeah, there's no variant there yet. Just waiting on it. There probably will be one soon. But yeah, I have to mutate a mutant in every different way there is. There's a lot of ways to get mutated. Hell, there's not just in turtles, but there's ways to get mutated in other forms of media, plus mutated in real life. There's a few ways. Toxic waste, or just randomly you naturally get a mutation. Extra finger, extra toe, something's wrong with you. Maybe have a conjoined twin sticking out of your belly, or an extra arm on your back, or something like that. Some kind of odd kind of mutations that are 1 in a million chance of happening. More than likely won't happen. Yeah. I was thinking Toka and Razar, if I bring them into this world, they could be mutated by just plain old toxic waste. And they would have 4 fingers, Toka would. Oh no, maybe 5. No, 4. 5, 4, 5. I don't know. I'll think about it. But yeah. Alright, I'll end it there. That's this world. Alright. See you guys next time. Peace. A review of the new Rise episode is coming up soon.